Get to the chopper!
Yes, always good to do the show after a win, which we'll touch on soon, but we've got a top tier guest host, one of the best, Jayden Hodges, mate. Thanks for joining us. He's had a couple of weeks to just work on his lines. He hasn't been doing too much.
No, I haven't. Yeah, you're right. I've been, have a couple of weeks on the sidelines, just taking it easy for a bit. Once you turn 30, you get a couple of weeks to relax, and that's what I've been doing. So looking forward to this weekend, though.
Yeah, not quite true though. You haven't had too much time to prepare. Gamma Shibasaki was a late withdrawal. Hodges, champion he is. He stepped up this week. Mate, I guess apart from that little 2-week holiday, mate, you came back in the team after injury. How'd you go sort of catching up with your match fitness?
Yeah, look, I mean, when you are injured or you're suspended or for whatever reason you're not playing, you get touched up a bit, conditioning-wise and fitness. And we're really thankful to have, Johnny Alloway and Stricko and Lee here. They do a good job of, putting the right program in place so that we come back and we're not too underdone. This year I had an injury and a suspension, so I really felt like I let the team down last couple of weeks, not being able to be on the field and help them out. So I feel like I've got to make amends. So this week it's just all about doing those little things, making sure my passes are right, and getting in front of the boys when I'm defending, and it's getting that talk going through the middle of the field.
Is it a sign of a good dummy half that we've had to use about 4 or 5 blokes to replace you, or what?
No, I don't know that. I don't know. Look, Toby's doing a really good job filling in. He's pretty tough. He's a good player of the future. Cody Dempsey probably could have played a couple more games, but then it's just rugby league. You get injured and things happen. And Jolly Baldwin did a good job, and Lurchy filling in the last couple of weeks. I mean, we're a squad. Yeah, it's next man up mentality, really.
What about those guys? Have a couple of them sort of come to you for any advice? Have you sort of helped them out a little bit at all?
Oh, I don't know what they'll be getting from me, but advice-wise, I don't think I can give them too much. No, look, we're all different players, offering different strengths. But I guess the main thing is that we know what the game plan is. We're across where the ball needs to go, and where our strike weapons are in our team. So having that in the back of our mind, but also playing what you see as well. It's really important. Having an understanding where you're on the field and where we are in the game as well. So it is an important role in the side.
Well, I guess you missed what was an important win on the weekend. Getting that win over the Clydesdales, pretty impressive win, but more importantly, just sort of keeps us in touch with that top 8. We've got a couple of buys up our sleeve as well, and it probably means we're not quite in must-win territory just yet, but if we can knock off Burleigh this week back at home, that'd be a sort of huge step towards the finals. Yeah,
we know where we are with our position on the table. We know how many games are left and what we need to do, and we do have a couple of buys, like you said. But in saying that, like, the key to it all is just winning. Burleigh are a good side. They've been a good side for a number of years. We know what to expect from them. They don't beat themselves. Having played Cup for a few years now, you got to play for 80 with those boys down there. They're tough. They'll show up in defence, and I think they've got a good strike rate. Finishing in the top 4 each year. So. Yeah, they're a top team, so we got to be at our best this week to beat them. Yeah,
well, they're third at the moment and fresh off the bye, so they'll be up for it, and I know we'll be up for it, and maybe a little bit of extra motivation for yourself and a couple of our other boys with we're celebrating Indigenous Round.
Yeah, like you said, we're celebrating Indigenous Round this week, being a home game. It was a celebration last week. I know the Host Plus Club celebrated NAIDOC Week Indigenous Round last week, but it's our opportunity to do that in front of a home crowd, and hopefully we can put on a good performance. And for us, Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander boys, putting on a jersey for this weekend. It's about connecting with our mob and representing yourself, your family, and your community. So. It's an exciting weekend.
And the jersey, you mentioned it, you wore it last week, we'll wear it again. It's not a bad kit.
It's a good print. I really like it. I like the colours on it. Love the design, the prominent green, which is represents the Townsville Blackhawks, which is our main colour. So, and the dot paintings, and they're representing the Aboriginal culture, and some Torres Strait Islander designs on there too. So, trying to capturing Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander culture here in Townsville.
Any chance you might want to get involved in the design in future years? Just putting you on the spot. But I know Gammett reckons he's going to have a little go at penciling something next year.
Yeah, look, if they ask, I'll give it a go. I always say no.
Well, I think Gammett's going to also do a acknowledgement of country before the game, so that should, I guess, get the boys ready to go. Did you want to do that at all, or are you happy for him to do it? Or
well, will he do it? I mean, he was meant to do this, so I mean, if he's going to do that,
mate, make yourself available.
I'll just be ready in case he decides to get out of that as well.
He's not going to live that down. Well, 5 p.m. kickoff against Burleigh. Really important game. If you can, get down and make it and cheer the boys on. Now, we are going to touch on a little bit of local league. We will get to Hodges' team, Burdekin, the ones that pay him the big bucks to play for him. But first, we better give some love to a couple of our Mendi Blackhawks squad members who made sure the Miners got home over Norths in round 12. Captain Fantastic Josh Abbott bagged 2 tries in Charters Towers' 31-24 come from behind win over the Devils at the Snake Pit. Joel Baldwin also crossed for a try and booted the host's field goal, and I also believe he might have had a little 10-minute timeout just on the sideline, and that's actually not the first time he's been to the bin this year, so just watch yourself, Jolie. Your team, Burdekin, mate, the boys drew 18 all Western Lions. You're just saying that's a pretty good draw for them?
Yeah, look, a pretty good draw. Good. Sounds like they had a good performance. Lions have got that. Have turned it around this year behind, Celestino, the coach, and Addo there. He's moved over from the Fish, chasing the money over there. So good on you. They're a good side. But to the Burdekin boys, they've got a couple of young cows coming through that are strengthening up their middle part of the field, and then some talented outside backs. The Fijian boys, they're hard to handle. So yeah, good on the Burdekin. Hopefully they can continue that this week against the Fish. You'd be pretty rowdy here.
Yeah.
Brothers old boys day. So, good luck to them.
Well, we do joke about people getting paid in the local league, but if anyone's throwing out the money, it's definitely Souths. Now, they put on another big score, still undefeated, 54-20, I think, against Central, so another good win to Souths. And Brothers just getting home, breathing a sigh of relief with a late try just to pip Herbert River here at Jack Mansky Oval, 14-12. So a couple of close games, but we got a lot of guys that when they're not in this squad are getting back there and putting their best foot forward, Hodger.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of the boys that have been playing on the weekend, their performances are not going unnoticed, but then also how they prepare in the week as well. So all the boys are doing a good job. Sounds like Jolie had a couple of timeouts this year. Probably needs to play a bit more golf. So, but I can't really talk either. I've had a couple of symptoms too. So it must be a hooker thing.
Yeah, mate, it must be. It's good to see he's passionate about local league.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, mate, thanks very much for coming on last minute as well. Good luck for the weekend, and as promised off camera, mate, a little leg shake if you get over the try line. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely going to see that. Couple of cultural dances there from the boys. It'd be good to see if a couple of the boys that aren't average on try rate give it a go. But I think the main thing this week is just getting the win. That's so important. But not be focused on the win, but playing for 80 minutes, playing consistent, starting the game well, and then the fellas off the bench bringing that energy. So we've spoken about it a lot. We just got to do it.
Yeah, well, if you're free, come down, watch the boys in action. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. In the meantime, jump on our socials and our website to keep up to date with all your black and green content.